Hey guys, Xander here. And today we will talk about about Guild War, because for me it's very frustrating when, for example, you are one of the best guilds on the bracket, and the first match you get versus the top guild, and so rather than getting a top 4 position, the last one, because you will get eliminated from the first round. What do we need to know is that in Guild Wars there are 4 major groups, as you can see here. This is the top 16, which is divided in 4 major groups. But the thing is that the qualifying round is not random. Actually, each position of these 4 groups, it's well determined based on the position you get in the qualifying round. So for example, as you see here, let's say you never want to meet the guild on my bracket, for example it's TTH Kings. If you don't want to be in the same group with them, all you need to do is you need to target the others, because for example the top 2 guilds in a group is position 1 and position 8. So for example, if you want to be in a bracket with, let's say, United, you will need to be on the 5th position, because the matchmaking is done like this. It's guild 4 and 5 are in the same group, guild 3 and 6 are in the second group, guild 2 and 7 are in the third group, and number 1 and number 8 are in the fourth group, as you can well see here. For the other, I just numbered the first two, because the last ones are a bit relevant. If you are in a guild that has the potential of becoming top 4, it doesn't really matter which are the last 8 guilds, because they will all be lower power than you. So for now it's just all about targeting which guild you want. For example, if we go in the game, we go to Guild War and rankings, we can see, for example, that the guild in question, they did not register it. So we still have 14 hours, and they usually do it last, and they have usually the first place. But we don't care about that for now. What we care is about targeting a specific guild. So if you go on rankings, for example, I know for sure that my guild is Legend. This is my guild. And we know for sure that we can beat United. So what we want to do is that we need to make sure that in the last minutes, for example, if United will remain second in the qualifying rounds, we need to be 7th. But since the top guild, they didn't register yet, this means that United will probably be 3rd or even 4th. They are usually 4th. So what we will do now, as you can see, I still have a lot of points to do. I will get a bit more points, maybe stay at around 50k, 55k, and just be ready to get enough points between the 6th and 5th position. And we will do a few battles now. Actually, let's actually test United. Look, we have it here, just to make sure that we can beat them in the finals. We did a quick test, and the result is pretty much straightforward. Unless they do a position swap, which can impact it a bit. We'll go to that later in the finals, how you can optimize your team setup in order to all we want to do in the qualifying rounds is to make sure we reach a decent group. And for this, let me see, we have 37 points. Let's get a few more wins just to be close 50k, because I don't want to stay up at 2 AM fighting like 10 battles. For now we will just try to beat the guilds that gives us the most points, and so by doing this we can have a few spare attacks which we can use, or we don't have to use them all. I like to have like 2, 3, 4 free attacks and use them if necessary, if I need, for example, to go up one position. What we see here is that Winterfell, it's in the 4th position. So if I go in 5th position and Winterfell will stay there, for example, I need to know if I am able to beat them, and for this I will test them also. They are a stronger guild. Okay, so as you can see, we can beat them, but it was not very easy. This means that if we meet them in the finals, I will need to pay a lot of attention at the team setup and where to put my biggest players and so on. But the most important for now is that we have the raw power to beat them. And therefore, if I go at Guild War again, rankings, I know I can beat the 4th guild, I know I can beat the 2nd guild, and this means I can take either 5th position or 7th position, and for me it will be good. I will be in a group that can pretty much handle it. So let's just do a few more, and then I will come back to this later and finish the matches based on the situation of the other guilds. Let's just do a few more to be sure. Pretty lucky I got the same guild 3 times, which gives the maximum points. 4 times, not too bad. And we have War Gods. I think War Gods, if I go into rankings, War Gods is 3rd. I'm not really sure if we can beat those, but I will take a risk. I think we have a good number of points here. I will take a risk just to see what would happen if we were versus them in the finals. And actually we won versus War God as well. It was actually easier than I thought. And let's see who we can kill one more time. Let's do this. So we go to rankings, we see that I'm 6th now. Let's just do 2 more games. I don't want to be on the 5th position, because if the rankings will change a bit, then it will be impossible for me to go back 1 position. So let's just do 2 more fights. And Okay, go rankings. Okay, so I miscalculated a bit. We got to 4th position, but it's just by a few points. I'm not very worried about this because I know for sure that in 14 hours people will have more points. What's most important is to be in the zone, to have some attacks left. We have still 3 attacks. We have 14 more hours, so and at the end of that period I will have like 10 attacks, less than 10 attacks to play with and to decide if I want to go higher or lower. So for now we will stay like this. I will wait another maybe 10 hours to see how the rankings look like, and then I will decide based on the opponents on which position it would be best to be, so we have an easier final. Okay guys, so it's almost bedtime for me. Let's check the rankings. So the top guild, they didn't do any better so far. They will probably do it in the next 3 hours. So what we need to do, we will need to be on the 5th place, because if they will go up, then they will push us to 6th, and then it will still be okay because we will fight with the 3rd guild. So I will try to get the 5th place now. We need about 2 wins, I think. Okay, so we are 5th. There is a small gap between us and the 4th spot, almost 2000 points, so I think we can do it one more. And let's try to beat these guys. Okay, it's close enough, I think. So I will leave this overnight, and hopefully the rankings won't change in the last few hours, and I will come back with the final result, the final matchup, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay guys, so it's morning now, and let's see what happens. Well, as you can see, we're not so lucky, because it seems the other guilds, exactly like I thought, they did the last matches right before the reset, and then we got to 7th place. This means we will be against savages in the finals, and it's exactly what I didn't want, because it's one of the guilds I can beat. And let's verify if it's true. Finals, where is it? As you can see here, it's legend versus savages, and yeah, this is what I wanted to show you. I will put a picture of the exact matchup for the groups. Thanks for watching.